How many times has someone ever told you, whenever you're acting a specific way, come on, grow up? But the Bible actually says the exact opposite. Matthew 18:3 and Mark 10:15 says that if you don't come as the attitude of a child, you will not be able to enter the kingdom. This is such an amazing revelation. We go to God with our adult problems, with our adult circumstances, with our adult issues. And many times we don't see our prayers answered. The reason for that is that in those verses, straight out, because we don't come to God as children. We come to God with our meaningless, frivolous, pointless, physical, adult complications. And we're going to a simple God with a simple plan, with a simple destiny, and a simple love for us. When we are children, we are just drawn out with this wonderful thing called a passion. And as we could become adults, we lose that passion. We start going for what we think that we want. We go for material things, things that temporarily sustain us for the moment. And we just lose that heartfelt goal that we had as a child. As we get older and as we go into our retirement years, what do we like to do? We always like to go back to nostalgia, don't we? We like to look into old photo albums. We like to listen to old songs that we used to listen to growing up. We used to like to watch old movies. And we try to reignite the same emotions that we had as children, that we had when we first experienced those. Many times we try to experience those with the mentality of adults. And we try to implement our knowledge now, and as a result, we can't really reignite that same passion that we had as children, could we? But you know what? What God has done for us in the Spirit, and when we are reborn, we can just come straight to Him. We come straight to Him as the children, and we're referred to as the children of God. Sometimes we refer to us as sons and daughters, absolutely true. But the term children of God is so appropriate. And when we come to Him as children with those open hearts, when we just lay everything to the side, all these problems that we have to the side, and just come to Him as simple children, it's just amazing how much our hearts become fulfilled. It goes beyond nostalgia for just trying to recapture the glory and the wonder of our youths. We're grasping onto the life that God has provided for us to move forward into. This is our destiny. This is who we were born to be. And He has set everything up for us when we come to Him as children, with the heart of a child, with a heart full of passion. Naturally, we go through problems here on this earth as adults. That's part of the circumstances that we have to go through every single day. That's life. But the true meaning of life is who God created us to be. And we're always going to be children. Whenever you fully experience the presence of God, for those of you who have engrossed themselves in prayer and have had their emotions so ultimately fulfilled, how did you feel when you were there? I'll bet you felt like a little child, just overcome with emotion. I know I have, and I'm sure you have as well. Just imagine, when we're praying with Him, we're still experiencing part of our physical existence in that prayer. We're not experiencing the fullness of who we are in Him. That's when we're ultimately going to be there, when our bodies physically give out. So we're only experiencing a flavor of it. So if you're feeling overwhelmed in the Spirit when you're praying now, you're not experiencing the fullness. You're only experiencing a fraction of it because your physical being and your mentality are factoring into it to even a tiny degree. But when all that fades away, when the old passes away and the new, when that happens, oh my gosh, it's going to be beyond, because now the physical is not going to impair you anymore. Now you're going to be experiencing Him completely, fully in the Spirit. And you'll be experiencing Him as a child. And He's taking you by the hand through all eternity, showing you the amazing wonders that is before you. Remember, God created the earth in 6 days. He rested on the seventh, and he has had over 2,000 years to prepare your mansion. Ooh, dude, if you could just think about that, just stew on that. Boy, doesn't that just make you feel like a child? You know, when we get older, we just look back on our times as children, listening to old songs and listening to old movies and watching old movies and stuff to try to reignite that passion that we had as a child. Many times we can't do that because we're using our minds to kind of, intersect along with that, and we just can't reignite that same feeling. But in that spirit, he's going to take us forward into a new existence, something that you've already begun to live and you haven't even known it. That's called the gospel. That's called the wonderful truth of what he's laid before each and every one of his children. And that's what we are, children of the Most High God. God bless y'all. Have a great night.